For this discussion post, I will be talking about 5A, which are the 5 different types of training programs. The first one I would like to talk about is circuit training, which incorporates both resistance training and your cardiovascular endurance. It is performed over a certain amount of time with a designated amount of exercises, such as 10 to 15 different exercises hitting different muscle groups. The rest in this is very short, so a caution for circuit training would be the overtraining of muscles. Even though you are going to different muscle groups for every set, it will, with the amount of rest that you get, it still can lead to overtraining. And it's usually an off training type of idea because it maintains your endurance and your strength at the same time. The next one that I would like to talk about is your pyramid training, which is starting with a lighter weight and increasing that weight every set. Pyramid training is usually 4 to 6 different sets. When you increase the weight every time, you will decrease the amount of reps that you perform during the workout. It's usually very short because these reps and the rest between are very short, but it can be very intense, and that's one caution for this type of training is the large amount of volume that is put on the body. It is only for experienced weightlifters. So the next one I want to talk about is the superset type of training. This is a variation of strength training, and where you have a protagonist and an antagonist while you're lifting, such as your bicep and your tricep. So you will go and you will do a bicep set, and then you will go straight into a tricep between each set for the bicep and the tricep. So we'll go by a bicep curl to a tricep push down, and then back to a bicep curl with little rest in between the bicep curl to the tricep push down. And a caution for this type of training would be overtraining and fatigue of the muscles because of the rest in between each set. Another type of program that you can use, or type of training that you can use, is the negative set, which is when somebody puts on an amount of weight that they know they cannot rep out or get for even one rep. This works on the eccentric contraction of your muscle, which is the lengthening of that muscle. And usually somebody who can bench 300 pounds could put on 310 and work on that negative ascension or descension of the weight to lengthen their muscle. Another one thing to be cautious with this lift would be it can cause injury because you are not able to actually do the weight. It could cause muscle tears, and this also needs to be performed with a spotter because you will not be able to lift the weight. And the last type of training I want to talk about is the drop set, or most people who are into weightlifting call it a burnout. And this is the type of training where you continue to lower the weight and either increase the reps or keep the reps the same, but with zero rest in between. It's easy to perform this using cables, but it can also be performed using barbells and dumbbells. It just depends on the type of workout that you want to do. If you want to burn out your chest or your biceps, you can use either a barbell or cables or even dumbbells. A caution to this one would also be the fact that you can overtrain those muscles, even though it leads to a loss of muscle tear and growth. My favorite workout between these 5 would actually be the drop set, just because I feel like I get that growth in the muscle that I'm looking for and the blood flow through that muscle to increase the muscle size during my lift.